Hello, all my beautiful souls, and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. I hope everyone is doing well. Do let me know in the comments section how things are going for you, dear Pisces. Today I'm going to do a reading for Pisces for November 2022. I would love to hear from you, Pisces. If you would please leave me a comment how the moon on October 25th affected you, if you noticed any change in your relationships and any kind of exterior change that, then maybe change something internally. That would be fun to find out. Also, do let me know where you are watching from. I'm always curious to find out where people are watching from. But as you know, dear Pisces, this is a general reading for the month of November. So remember that if there is something that doesn't resonate, don't force it to resonate. Don't, try and fit it to resonate. Just, accept what does resonate and leave the rest for someone else to use. And of course, I've meditated on the cards. I've shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the Eight of Wands, clarified by the Seven of Cups. In the challenging position, we have the King of Pentacles, clarified by the Six of Pentacles. In the present position, we have the Three of Pentacles, clarified by the Six of Swords. And in the future outcome position, we have the Five of Wands, clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. You have quite a lot happening in the month of November. Clearly, there was something that you did quickly in the past, because the Eight of Wands is a card of movement. It's a card of making a decision and acting quickly in order to accomplish something, in order to pursue an opportunity, because the Seven of Cups here represents various possibilities and opportunities that were presented to you in the past, and you were able to kind of jump on something. You've had multiple choices presented to you, and you were able to kind of pursue one specific choice that you wanted to have in your life. The Eight of Wands can generate, it's a card that can generate a feeling of, excitement and kind of good type of anxiety, where you're not really sleeping well and taking care of yourself well, because you're so full of anticipation, waiting for that choice and that opportunity to finally come about, that you've been, manifesting really well. It's a card of manifestation, the Eight of Wands. Sometimes the Eight of Wands also means it's a card of traveling or receiving news or people that may be visiting you, and as a result of that, having some choices presented to you. The Eight of Wands is a generally positive cards for both the professional aspect of your life as well as the personal aspect of your life. The green fields that we see in this card at the bottom of the card symbolizes growth. It symbolizes opportunities. It symbolizes progress. Like, things are not just, kind of not doing anything. There's progress, there's movement forward, there's achievement of something that you wanted to, manifest in your life. It's definitely telling me that you made a significant move in the past, and that you are kind of trying to manifest something really solid, but also very specific, that you want to see in your life. We do have the King of Pentacles in the challenging position, which tells me that there may be more work that is required on your part. Sometimes we think, oh, it's only going to take me to do this. And then you realize, oh, wait, there's also that task and that step and, that responsibility that has to be carried out and taken on by me. So sometimes when you think a project or a situation is not going to take as much work, and then once you start getting into it, you realize it's going to take a lot more work than you originally thought. That's what the King of Pentacles symbolizes when he appears in the challenging position. You're definitely trying to pursue stability, and you're trying to kind of have the financial security on your side, but at the same time you want to make sure that when you focus too much on stability and growing your finances and making your kind of like financial foundation bigger, it's also important to remember that happiness is more important than money, because you don't want to be the richest person on the cemetery. When you kind of go through the transformation and join the divine world, you leave your body behind. You also leave your money behind as well, because money is a man-made resource. It is made. It is a resource that only can exist in this three-dimensional reality in order to facilitate exchanging of things, right? In order to facilitate us being able to have shelter, being able to consume, food and whatever else. But the money has a very limited kind of benefit to it in a way, because when you have a lot of money, you then become a prisoner of your money. You have to, talk to your bankers every day. You have to talk to your accountants every day. You have to talk to your lawyers every day. Money will suck the energy, the time, thereby robbing you from enjoying things that truly matter. So you have to be very careful with money, and you have to develop a healthy relationship with it. Somebody said that, after you make I don't know, $1 million, it doesn't really matter how much money you have, So it's finding that perfect number that works for you, that doesn't take away from your family, from everything else. And so definitely with the King of Pentacles in the challenging position, it tells me for some of you, there may be an authority figure that is making a decision that doesn't necessarily agree with your decision. And so that may be a challenge for you as you move through the month of November. Sometimes the King of Pentacles, when he appears in the challenging position, can actually make a decision behind your back as well. So beware of communication in the month of November. We also see the Six of Pentacles in the clarifying position, which tells me that there may be some kind of generosity that is shown to you that isn't really generous. There may be kind of strings attached to anything that you receive in November, especially if it is money oriented, especially if it is kind of resource oriented, stability oriented. So you want to pay attention to that. There may be someone around you who's interested in power and domination and manipulation. So keep your cards close in the month of November. It is Scorpio territory. And Scorpio, is a sign of secrets. Scorpio energy can be highly manipulative. So it's just, you want to be a little bit cautious and move in a way. I mean, Scorpio is a sign of transformation, right? And so transformation is going to happen to you, and it's going to happen to you for the better. And so, kind of trust the process, believe in the divine. Remember that the veil between our world and the divine world is very, very thin. There are a lot of messages that are coming through, so pay attention, because you want to make sure you're paying attention to the messages correctly. energy. And, keep your cards close to your chest and make sure that you are not really trusting others, too much in this period. Remember that, with the Six of Pentacles in the clarifying position, there could be some, disloyal behavior around you in the month of November, so be aware. Now, in the present position, we have the Three of Pentacles, which tells me that you are learning something, you are moving forward in something that is important to you, you're doing something that you want to accomplish, that you want to achieve. You're also listening to feedback, which is great, because we do see the Three of Pentacles has multiple people in this card. So this symbolizes a situation in your life where you're working with other people to accomplish something that means a lot to you. You're also kind of going through developing different ideas as you're getting ready for your birthday season, which is a little bit, a little while away. But, as you're moving closer to it, you will see a culmination, you will see a surge of energy in a lot of decision making and a lot of achievements as your birthday season comes closer. You may be finding that you're collaborating with people and seeking advice and ideas regarding accomplishing a particular thing, and overall things are improving because you do have the Six of Swords in the clarifying position, which tells me that you're currently going through a transition towards something better. There are changes that are happening around you in a particular situation specifically that is going to kind of change your life for the better. Because remember, when one thing changes, it has a ripple effect on all the other elements in your life. And so there is a drastic improvement that's going to make things easier for you. Maybe something work related is going to become easier. Maybe a specific project that you've been working on is going to be quite easier, because there is someone around you who I think you're going to respond well to and whose energy matches your energy. And so I think that you are going to kind of be able to receive the information that you kind of that's going to sound right to you, and you do trust yourself. So move forward with that information. Keep in mind, you want to kind of keep your nose down and stay committed to the task at hand. This is the time to pay attention to details. This is the time to work hard on different accomplishments in your life. And you may be spread a little bit thin, but I think it's going to pay off in the end quite a lot for you. I think you'll be able to see a lot of rewards as a result of this collaboration that you will be having, as a result of learning something and becoming better at something. And also kind of allowing this transition to take place and sort of trusting the process. That is important. Now, in the future outcome position, we do see a card of competition. We also see multiple people in this card as well. This is the Five of Wands. So something you are being very protective over. There's something in your life that you are being very protective over. It may be you're being protective over your daily routine. It may be you're protective over, your relationship with someone who's close to you that, you love very much, that it makes a lot of wonderful, big difference in your life. But you're definitely being protective over something that you like quite a lot. There may be an ego battle that you could be involved in towards the end of November. Remember, the November time period can be difficult because it is a Scorpio territory. I wouldn't say it's a very difficult sign, because Scorpio does have wonderful attributes, but sometimes Scorpios can be a little bit more difficult than others. Yes. And so, the Five of Wands is all about feeling like you are defending, your beliefs, defending your position, defending your kind of ground. You may find yourself that you're being a little bit defensive towards the end of November. But do remember that you want to take plenty of breaks and you want to meditate. Only few people, I think, can truly meditate like it's meant to be done, where you literally don't think about anything and you're able to hold on to that stillness. But meditating is something that recalibrates your energy, and your energy is very important because it helps you manifest things. It helps you achieve progress that otherwise would be much, longer to achieve. So make sure to drink plenty of water. Make sure to energize your water with positive vibrations, positive emotions. Like, talk to your water, say compliments to your water. Make sure that the water forms really beautiful crystals. Remember that scientific experiment that someone did, I can't remember who, but there were 2 glasses of water. One group got 1 glass and another group got another glass. One group was supposed to speak to the water complimentary, very lovingly, very positively. The other group was talking crap to the water, basically. And so then they froze the water, and when they looked at it again, the water that received positive emotions had beautiful crystallization, and the glass of water that was spoken to negatively had terrible crystals. And so, like, they were uneven, they were kind of like ugly looking. So do remember, the energy comes from you, the positivity comes from you. It's difficult to remain positive. It's difficult to cultivate the healing energy that comes from you, but partially you find that in a moment of stillness when you meditate. So meditating is important. I mean, it's crucially important, like paying for food, or paying for your shelter, or paying for a Hawaii vacation, or paying for an expensive car. Like, meditating has to be part of your routine. It has to be a priority. Taking care of yourself has to be a priority. Making sure you find that place in your home, that is completely makes you feel like you are just calm and, rejuvenating yourself. It's important to have a place in your home where you feel really surrounded by the right vibration. So spending time to arrange a place in your home to create a perfect kind of vibrational place is very, very important, and I hope that you are doing that. Now let's see what we can clarify with the energy oracle card that I pulled at the beginning of this reading, and we have yin yang, which of course is all about balance. This card represents energetic life cycles, and its purpose is to help you identify the particular cyclical energy moving into and out of your experience. In its position, it heralds a yin cycle, where most of the action seems to be happening under the surface of things. This is a time of great receptivity, intuition, gestation. External circumstances may be forcing you to go within and examine present activity. It's an especially good time for completion of things, so wrap things up. The affirmation for this card is, I'm open to understanding the cycle I'm in, and I'm willing to utilize its energy beneficially. All that I need is already part of me, which is very much true. I also pulled a Shaman Dream Oracle card, sorry, brain freeze for a second, which is Cosmic Womb, the Divine Feminine. I also pulled another one, and we've got First Breath. So I feel like these three cards kind of symbolize what you're going through right now. You know, kind of accepting things, letting go of things, allowing things to just kind of happen to you, and going with the flow is very, very important. You also have the cosmic womb, where you are getting ready to birth something incredible, something that is going to stay with you for the rest of your life, something that's going to give you a lot of positive like feeling of being. And lastly, you have the first breath. The life, you know, on earth starts with that first breath. As you come out of the womb, you know, the first breath is basically the official beginning of life, if you will. And that is what you're going through right now. There are changes, and they are for the better. When the first breath card shows up for you, it's time to leave the old stories and tales behind. You have arrived. So take a deep breath. There's nothing else you need to do but take in the world that is revealing itself to you and around you. Be curious. Don't dwell on how difficult the journey has been. And you know what? I'm so guilty of that. Sometimes I will just complain when things get too difficult. And I kind of, you know, I do feel bad about that. But you have to just take it all in and experience the awe and wonder of your arrival at this destination, even if it is a familiar place you have come to many times before. Try to experience it as if for the first time, because you are renewed and the old you is no longer your concern. So practice the beginner's mind, not labeling or naming what you see and experience. Remember, judging is a very negative thing to do. There's no such thing as judging, because everything is constantly changing. So by the time you judge something or someone or a situation, you know, it's already gone. It's already new. So it's like a waste of time. Just like it's a waste of time to, you know, be jealous or look at others. The way you work with energies, you really have to pay attention. You know, it's like cooking. You can't walk out of the kitchen when you're cooking, because everything will burn. You know, when you're working with energy, you're working with your energy and the divine energy. And, you know, if you're receiving difficult energy from someone else, just work with it. And remember that ultimately everything is energy. It's just energy. You know, there's no such thing as difficult people. It's just energy that you might not necessarily enjoy or like, therefore create distance with it. But you're working with energy, and that is something that requires focus and concentration and attention. And, you know, it's much easier as you get better at it. And you have quite a lot of experience already. So, you know, remember, do not squander the power of first breath, giving the old narrative mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Don't go back to what you used to say, what you used to know. This is a new world. This is a new day. This is a new beginning. This is the first breath. And you are creating this beautiful brand new world for yourself that's going to be very different. The stars are changing. The alignments are changing. The planet movement is changing. And the old world literally is no longer around. So it's time to create a new world. Use it for new beginnings. To animate a world you can play and create, and do not underestimate the power of your breath and the magic of the word. Don't be afraid of trying something new. Don't be afraid of becoming older, because again, energy doesn't have age assigned to it. It's all a perspective, and we enjoy judging because it helps us keep things in boxes. The problem is there are no such things as categorizing or keeping things in boxes. Everything is in a constant state of flow, and that can be difficult to kind of wrap your mind around. But if you're able to do that, you will be able to manifest faster. You'll be able to manifest better, more specific things, and do try manifesting something. Just kind of like test the universe. I would like to manifest today a package from somewhere, or I would like to manifest today a email from someone, or whatever. Try and manifest something that you are not too invested in, not something you really 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 want, just something in general. And test the universe. You will become much more better at manifesting once you practice. And keep that beginner's mind. Beginner's mind doesn't assume. Beginner's mind doesn't jump to conclusion. Beginner's mind is just like wondering. I hope you enjoyed this reading, dear Pisces. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. Don't forget to visit me on Instagram, and I will see you next time.